Allow the two it's okay.
Making him the regime with the highest number of ministers in Nigeria history, and is also holding the medal for the most incompetent, corrupt, and backward regime, maybe plus illegitimate government in the history of the contraption called Nigeria. So if you happen to be watching this, maybe first time or second time, listen, share this. Thank you, Motide. So yeah, I'll keep trying to get that audio fixed, and I can't really know if it's fixed if we don't play it out, and then you have to be the one to give the feedback to say, Maiyegun, it's not working, okay? But we won't get rid of it yet until we found that it is not fixable, right? So, welcome to MaiyegunsDiary Politico. This hour, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you, dear Templars. It is Maiyegun Live. This afternoon, Thiefnubu's handlers announced what they called cabinet reshuffle. There's something I need to kind of remind you, please. Thiefnubu and his gang, Kolu, is not coming to make your life better or change his policies that will probably make a bit of a difference. No. Let us be very clear. One of the things that a lot of, the ass leakers on the sideline, one of the things they have been much like condemning is that Thiefnubu's appointees, they are not telling you what Thiefnubu has done or is doing. That is why majority of you cannot feel in. Even though your purchasing power has been cut down drastically, poverty has increased in Nigeria, and of course, your purchasing, not just it's called the living, cost of living crisis. While you've been watching these rogues, right? Not only looting your common patrimony, you have seen them live lavishly. So what they believe Thiefnubu should be hiring is that they should be hiring liars, propagandists, that no matter what you are going through, people that will tell you that it's okay. Yeah, things may be tough. Don't worry, it's fine. It's all right to be suffering. It's all right to be going through this economic hardship. Later, you are going to enjoy it. And then for you to accept that no matter the condition you are in right now, because you can tell the difference between last year and this year, economically, you do not need anybody to explain that to you, except if you are living in denial. So what they believe is that even though Thiefnubu hired a lot of image launderers, propagandists, and gaslighters, blackmailers, to continue to gaslight you as the problem, or the ones with a vision problem, all right? A lot of you knows that it is not working. If the policies of Thiefnubu is to help you, they don't need any propagandist. They do not need any liar on social media to what? To tell you that his reform, even though may be tough, is working. No, they don't need that. I hope we are clear. Thiefnubu has been battling with legitimacy for the past 17 months. He's been trying to at least, get the whole world to accept the drug baron as your president. Forget about the elections, okay? They want you to kind of embrace this Nigeria, and no matter what, okay, just accept that now God chose Thiefnubu. So, you know, there's nothing anybody can do about it. He's been battling and fighting for legitimacy for the past 17 months, and his policies have made it even worse for any of you to ignore the fact that he rigged himself in. Even his supporters are not spared. Majority of them shouting that they are standing on his mandate. Majority of them have become crippled from hunger. They can't stand anymore. A lot of them have turned to beggars, worse off. But once in a while, right, they tend to tell themselves that instead of accepting that they have become people who self-sabotaged, they are supporting what will kill them. So they will just kind of fight it back and be like, no, like double down. Thiefnubu doesn't need any cabinet reshuffle per se, even though, yeah, cabinet reshuffle here in this case is just come and shop, is your turn. Yeah, take your own meal tickets and come and join us, and, you know, then tell people that since we have given you appointments, Thiefnubu loves your people. Oh yeah, come on. That's what this whole thing about appointment is all about. Just be very clear. Except if you are deceiving yourselves, okay? A lot of them are already celebrating. Ah, they have appointed our man. They have appointed our woman as a minister. And the ones that have lost out, they would now kind of join the rest of you. Even though when they are with Thiefnubu, they were telling you to be patient, give him time. So now, give them another 3-4 months, they too will begin to lament like you. It is always the same, recurring decimal, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, when they made the announcement that Thiefnubu will be reshuffling his, his gang of thieves called incompetent rogues as ministers, I was looking forward to see the likes of Bulaba, Daniel, Reno Mokri, the likes of Ojukwu, and some others who have been in the media lately doing the free pro bono job for Thiefnubu, but I didn't see them. However, according to Kolu, he decided to sack the following guys from his illegitimate regime. The one at the top is Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, the Women Affairs Minister, sacked. Then you have Lola Adejon for tourism, sacked. Tahir Maman, the one that said the 16-year-old can no longer be admitted into university, even if they are brilliant enough to pass the entrance examination, sacked. Here is another guy. This one is housing and do you even know these guys, by the way, apart from Uju? So Abdullahi Muhammad Guazo, sacked. Jamila Bio Ibrahim is only whenever there is going to be protest in Nigeria. Those are the only time I get to see this girl as a minister in Nigeria, sacked. So in their group picture, this is the sacked minister. You are fired, as Uju is the one holding the gun. So there are others that Thiefnubu it's like reassigned is called. Okay, for example, right? The one they call Minister of State for Education, Yusuf Tanko Sununu, has been moved to Minister of State for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Increment in Nigeria. So another one is Marufu Tunji Alausa, Minister of State for Health. Do you even know him as minister at all? To Education. Bello Ibrahim Goronyo has been moved from Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation to Minister of State for Work. So Minister of State Works. Honorable Abubakar Eshiopeka Momo, the Niger Delta Development Minister. They have now said, they said they've scrapped Ministry of Niger Delta Development, okay? So they have now created a ministry called Ministry of Regional Development. Okay. So then, going forward, Uba Maigari Amadu is now from Minister of State Steel Development to Minister of State for Regional Development. Doris Uzuka, from Ministry of Trade and Investment to Minister of State for Finance. This is the one that will now deputize Wale Idun, the Minister of Finance. So John Owen Eno, the Minister of Sports Development, they've scrapped Sports Ministry now. So they've created the National Sports Commission instead. So that one has been moved to Minister of State for Trade Investment. Yeah. I don't know. Should I keep going? Right? Okay. Anyway. So these ones are the sacked one. You've heard about that. The next list is the new ministers appointed and their portfolio. So you have Yewada Nentawe. That one a doctor. So they are from Angono. Say Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. So this happened to be the Ministry of Better Edu. So now Better Edu is never coming back. That's that. So the ministry is Ministry of Humanitarian Disasters, Poverty Increments, and all that. Okay, where they are sharing money. Now another one is Maigari Dingyadi. That one will now be the Minister of Labor and Employment. Bianca Odinaka Odumegu Ojukwu. That one will now be Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. A lot of people are already kind of asking, Bianca, no take appointment to you know to say Bianca na politician. Are you surprised? Do you think Bianca na what do you call it? Do you think Bianca is let's see that they call them again? No, she na professional. So no. Bianca is a politician. She has been leveraging on her late husband's name, even though I think Bokwari also offered her an appointment. I'm not sure. Did she accept an appointment from Bokwari? She is a politician, all right? Some said that appointing her is to get at Peter Obi. Una to they drink kunu. And kunu they make you bunu somehow. Just so you know, Sha, he is going to be the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. That will, she's going to deputize that guy that said IMF and World Bank are very proud of Nigeria borrowing. That Nigeria is not even borrowing enough. What's that guy's name again? Tahir something. You remember him? Yeah, that guy with white beard. So Bianca will now deputize her, and then she is going to be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. No, I know. Her husband is Abuja, okay, and she's a politician. That's the point. Okay, she's not APC, fine, but she's a politician. So don't kind of put her in too much pedestal and be like, no, she won't take the appointment. We'll wait to see. They already don't give. That means she's aware. He's been contacted. He's accepted, and they've told her what they are going to offer her, and then whatever assignment they are trying to make her do for them in eastern part of Nigeria, we wait to see. Right here, there is a Jumoke Oduwole. That one now will be the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment. So our ministry will be trade and investment as well. Okay. Idi Amia Bikilele, Idi Mukhtar Mahia ministry. That's a new ministry, by the way. Ministry of Livestock Development. This is the Ministry for the Fulani terrorists. Let us be very clear. Do you understand? According to Thiefnubu, creating a ministry for the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria is going to reduce farmers-herders clashes. Remember, there is a Ministry of Agriculture as well in Nigeria. Livestock is part of, or used to be part of, the Ministry of Agriculture. Now they have created a separate ministry, a minister, and then you have everybody there working, writing their own budget every year now to see if they can stop the Fulanis from killing us. Okay, so they have their ministry now, and they've been fighting for this for a while. They said, the politicians said, to stop the Fulani terrorists killing us, because there is nothing called farmers herders clashes in Nigeria. That is a media creation, because you know that in Nigeria is a place they will tell you farmers herders clash on top the farmer's farm. On my farm, Fulani terrorists come to my farm, destroy my farm. If I do PIM, they will kill me. And the media will report and say, farmers herders clashes. If I decided to fight back and I kill one cow, my entire village will be wiped off. Will be wiped out by the Fulani terrorists, wielding AK-47. And the media will still report it as farmers herders clashes. And since we have been having farmers herders clashes, now only farmers, they die. And then the Fulani cows. So to stop all of that, Thiefnubu has created a ministry for them. Ministry of Livestock Development. So to those of you who believe that Ruga is gone, maybe you should have a rethink. Ruga is not gone. This ministry is to help develop livestock. And the livestock development is that they will need land in your states, just so you know. I just want to put you on notice, okay? Just so you know. So a minister for them is called E.D. Mukhtar Mahia, probably a Fulani, right? Then you have the Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development. I call them the Minister of State for Homelessness. They know they build any houses for anybody to occupy. Rather, they will build houses that they will give to themselves, not the people that need them anyway. So that one is a new minister. And finally, there's Minister Suwaiba Sahid Ahmad, is a Minister of State for Education. So you see these guys, with this number now, what you have is that Thiefnubu now have 50 ministers. What do you think they are coming to change? Thiefnubu's policies? Wale Yidun, Oduduwa Emefiole, Kadobi, they are still making monetary policies. They are still taking loans from the World Bank, IMF, and you are still being devalued. Because when they devalue your currency, they are devaluing you. That's what happened. So they are still there. What do you call him? The Abuja MC Olueron, with a wiki, is still there. Who else do you think we should remember among them? Oh, Abacha Bagman, Bagudu, is still there. Also, Patawale of Zamfara, the guy that is behind these supposed Fulani terrorists that are mining, different fields in northern Nigeria, okay, is still a minister, including that guy from Jigawa. What's that one's name again? He's still also a minister. So nothing has really changed. They just need more of them to come and tell you to be patient while they will chop. The only person will be say, come make and look like, Uju, Auntie Uju. So this afternoon, I saw a video of the supposed staff of the Ministry of Women Affairs, right? They were jubilating. Now, this I asked on my platform earlier. I said, hang on, was Uju that bad that these guys in the Ministry of Women Affairs, they were celebrating? And I got the answer. It is not because she's bad. When you see civil servants jubilate when the minister is sacked like this, it simply means two things. It simply means that, one, he has stopped them from their dubious, corrupt ways. And two, after stopping them, he is now feathering her own nest, which makes some of them who hate her to say, now only you they chop, now only you they chop. So it doesn't mean that she's bad. Maybe she's bad, but it doesn't mean that these ones are good. Like I said, that does not mean that Uju was bad. If you check it very well, it simply probably means she is not letting them do their dubious corruption. Civil servants in Nigeria, it's only in Nigeria you get to hear that civil servants have not been paid, but they know they resign. Imagine going to work where you have not been paid for months, because majority of them don't really care about the salary. It is about the corruption, right? Which is the order of the day. So if a minister comes in and she just suddenly stops them from doing all of that, while she is the one enjoying the whole thing, they will hate her. Oh, they will hate her so much. They will be gossiping about her or him. They will be talking about him, then saying, they will be praying. Some will even be praying for his or her removal. No, it can be very bad. I mean, it can be very, very serious to the point that they can become diabolical. I'm talking about doing juju, voodoo. To either get the minister should die, or fall sick, or get sacked. So whenever any of that now happens, they will now celebrate. You will think, oh, that guy must be very bad. No, it's not bad that way. Okay, it is like I said, either of the two, or just the two options I gave you earlier. I am not really trying to burst your bubble, as some of you actually live in that bubble a lot, until you now realize that you are only being deluded. And this is not wishing Nigeria bad. Nigeria is already done for, if we are being honest. Thiefnubu and his gang are not introducing anything new. You are done for. And I am here to remind you every now and then, yeah, you are done for. What they are doing now is to see if they can get more and more of them to tell you that whatever you are going through in Nigeria now, just keep going. There is no reprieve. There is no reduction. And maybe others will keep pushing to see if they will get appointed, and they will come and tell you, right, to be patient. You need to be patient. Mr. President is doing a lot. He's working hard. He's working hard to make sure that all this country, this country don't spoil. Yeah. So today, the IMF have now downgraded Nigeria's growth prospects. You know what that means, right? No? Okay, I'll tell you. Even though you may still not understand it, but I'll try to make you understand, okay? There is a growth prospect for countries that will say, this country, if everything is going on well, for example, you have improved electricity, that there is no longer the collapse of your national grid, and there will not be any collapse because they have done in the last 1 year. You have improved the infrastructure of your power infrastructure. So if things stays this way, then Nigeria is now generating 10,000 megawatts, distributing 9,000 or distributing the whole 10,000. If things can stay this way, and Nigeria stopped importing fuel and stopped paying subsidy, by the way, now saving money on that. So they will now use all these indices, right? Check and say, the economy is expected to grow by a certain percentage, including there will be job creation, okay? 24 hours electricity for 60% of the country, that will boost your economy. Indeed. And if businesses, the lending rate is going down, inflation is going down, so you can now project and say, Nigeria will grow this year by 4%, by 5%, or by 6%. And that simply means that if all things being equal, in another 12 months, Nigeria would have created at least maybe 20, no, that's too much, maybe 5 million jobs. People who have no job now, they would have job. Then businesses that are holding up, they will come back and they will begin, like that. So with this, Nigeria will increase their forex intake, which is, forex dollars and all that, to shore up your reserve. These are positive things that economic projectors and others, they work on and say, things will be better. So IMF released their own forecast and said, sorry, Nigerians, it's not looking good. Before, you have been declining. There was a time they said, this was about 9 years ago, before APC, Nigeria was growing at a pace of 7.5%. And when APC came in, it has been a downward spiral. And you can tell, you can feel it. I mean, you know that what has happened. Millions of jobs have been lost. Tens of thousands of businesses have folded up, left Nigeria. The value of your naira has plummeted, which means it has crashed. To the point that when Bokwari handed over to Thiefnubu 17 months ago, the economic projection, growth projection was put at 3.3%. Now the new projection is that it don't crash at 2.9%. And they are being generous. Listen, they are the same people who said, whatever hardship you are facing now, now for 15 years, you now go take face some before things will begin to share you get. In 2014, Nigeria's economy was rebased and it was valued at $568 billion. And this was a projection then that in another 5 years, Nigeria will become $1 trillion economy. Here you get now. But that was not to happen. No thanks to Barack Obama and the American Democrats that brought this idea of these terrorists that took over Nigeria. So when Bokwari handed over to Thiefnubu I mean, isn't it obvious, right? Nigeria economy was said to have shrunk by half, more than 50%. It was valued at $248 billion GDP. Guess what the APC Egbekegbe said? They said this is the true value of Nigeria. How? All of you who had jobs back then, who have now, those who no longer have any job, others we don't japa before things got this bad. Some of the people who were in Nigeria who had jobs in 2014, 2015, some of them are now living in Canada, UK, America, and all over the world. They don't japa. Others who no feel japa or who lost their japa ambition, they are inside in Nigeria now. Some of them are now downfall driver, taxi driver, Okada rider, and any other thing that anything they can do. For real. So their value and the value of the country has shrunk so much that it shrunk by half. Nigeria lost half of its own GDP. Right now, in 2015, they said that the per capita income of an average Nigerian was somewhere around $1,900 US. In 1999, the GDP, per capita income of an average Nigerian was $998. It improved to 1,900 or so in 16 years. Guess what is the new projection? Where's my phone? So I can give you the accurate figure. 2024, 800 and something is what your per capita income is now. You are the poorest of the poorest of that continent. From here to the bottom barrier. Bottom barrier. Is that not what it's called? See, when APC, Egbekegbe, it was even actually really good. Listen, in 2010, Nigeria's GDP per capita was over $2,000, $2,328. In 2011, it was $2,543. It go be like that, they speak grammar. No, it's not grammar. It's called value. And then you can tell yourself now how much you have shrunk. Hang on. In 2012, your per capita to GDP was $2,756 US. In 2019, wow, it was, so 2013, it was nearly $3,000, $2,998. Obviously, now, you could, this is what it was. People had money, una too belleful. So you started shouting change. In 2014, it was put at a 3,222 per capita. An average person who is a graduate who kind of find either you find a job or you start a business, right? Nobody say poor people no deal, poor people deal, but it was still below what could have been alarming. Then APC Egbekegbe happened in 2015. From 3,200, it dropped to 2,700. By 2016, it dropped again to 2,176. By 2017, it dropped again to 1,968. By 2018, it dropped further to 2,153. By 2019, it jumped up a bit to 2,361. By 2020, COVID, it stood at $2,089. By 2021, it dropped a little bit to 2,089. By 2022, it jumped up again to 2,198. By 2023, drastically, it dropped down to 1,600. But this 2024, a year and 7 months, a year and 5 months after Thiefnubu, it is now looking at $877. Are you following? $877. That is why you are seeing a lot of people now begging. They are begging to the point that even the Ronukus are concerned. Look at this. Somebody said, dear progressives, PBAT supporters, APC supporters, members, you decided to support PBAT because you believe in him. I don't think any of you was promised anything in return for your votes or loyalty. Using the current economic situation or your support for PBAT as a yardstick for begging is now becoming not sitting and totally uncalled for. Suddenly, you don't have jobs. You can't find your feet. You can't feed your wife. You are now in financial ruins. Really? Need to stop. APC is neglecting their supporters. APC this, APC that. Where the supporters promise to be placed on monthly allowance or what? It is getting so annoying to see all this unnecessary soliciting and entitlement mentality. Really? Let us see your handiwork, businesses. Post your CVs, develop your skills, rediscover yourselves, and cut your coat according to your material. Enough of this begging. Now, so Mama T can't take us say, no, let's be serious, please. We all know it is difficult. Yes, it is. But all we keep saying is do something. It isn't bad to solicit for help, but let it be tangible and not always. I have sold cheap jewelries. I moved to cement. Mind you, I was not having penny then, but I will go to sites, link builders to suppliers, and got between 70 naira to 120 naira per bag. When cement became expensive, I started drinks. A father here borrowed me, that means somebody where she begged for money. A father here borrowed me 150K to do one supply, then and told me to keep using the money. When I stopped cement and attempted to return, he said, Loma Luno Magba later. Until today, he never collects. I bought 70K container and started the drinks. I went into Pepsi dealership with 2 million to buy bottles. Someone here took me to the cooperative. Today, I've added POS to my business. So the cash from sales is used for POS with 100 naira charges on 5,000. I do nothing less than 150K per day. That is additional 3K interest. Do something, please. Now the shake give you that to shake. Because you may see some people on social media attacking you, abusing you. Every time you expose the Thiefnubu and his gang and their failure. And they will come and attack. Where's your father? Shut up your mouth. May Thiefnubu succeed. They are hungry people. Hungry people. Those ones who became influencers, APC, Egbekebes influencers on social media, majority of them, they don't get hypertension. Hypertension because all these faceless sewage dwellers, the former Buhari idiots, the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Dideris, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ngoziaris, the Unekaharis, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves, including the voluntary slaves of this world. The Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimanjiris, Hmm? The crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, the bad stars, the bad idiots, the cyber barbarians, and all of them includes, right? They are going after the supposed influencers. Esa, please check your inbox. You know, you will see somebody will come on social media. I don't know if you see many of them anymore, right? They will come and say, we need to know that this country, Asiwaju is trying to rebuild this country. Asiwaju is trying to make sure that all this our life before, we are living fake life. Now this is the life now. Bread is now 1,000 naira. Spaghetti is now 1,002. Indeed. So must you eat spaghetti? A bag of rice is now 120,000. Must you eat rice? This and that. Let us support Asiwaju. Let us pray for Asiwaju. So when you finish that, and they are all coming there, thank you, Jare, my sister. God bless you, Jare, my sister. That's what I told my neighbor. He said he can no longer eat egg. I said, must you eat egg? Must you eat egg? So after they all comment and drop all that comments, and you see this 100 comment, 200 comment. God bless you, Jare, my sister. Me, I am standing by Asiwaju. Me, I am standing on the mandate. They will now send a message and say, please, can I see 1,000, please? I have not eaten since yesterday. That is what prompted these messages. So we need to stop begging. Go and do something with your life. Here you get. So after the post, I'm beginning to say, thank you, Jare, my sister. May Nigeria succeed. When you say, may Nigeria not happen to you, some will say, may Asiwaju happen to me. Me, I believe in Nigeria. Me, I love Nigeria. Me, I believe Nigeria is going to be great. Asiwaju will fix it. We all know we lie. Behind those comments you see on social media, this sewage dweller, these political jobbers, these cretins, they will now go and send messages to these people. Arojile, please, sir, can I see 1,000 naira, sir? Please, I don't have any money to feed my children. I have not eaten for the past 2 days. Majority of them, they have grown to have hypertension. They don't read their messages anymore. They will promote Thiefnubu. And everybody who is a Thiefnubu sewage dweller, they will go into their private inbox. Say, sir, can I see anything just to, I've not eaten since 2 days. So these influencers can no longer take it. They now have to come out and say, we need to stop this begging. We need to stop this. This begging is not. More. Anyway, Thiefnubu said they have shared 38 billion naira to these cretins from 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. Here, in case if you never collect your own. Okay? 30, Dr. Roland. Thank you, Jare. Hey? God bless you. That's a generous doctor there. Dr. Roland, you get off. Indeed, I have to drink my tea. Everybody is deceiving themselves. You get that? Trying to be like, I know why I supported Asiwaju. I know that Asiwaju is ironic. Some of them are displaying their loyalty so that because they believe that these influencers, then they give them money. These people who are defending Asiwaju, you know, because if you have 200,000 followers on Twitter and you are APC, you are influencer. So they believe that maybe they will give you money so you can share some of the money. In fact, if somebody come out and say, I have been so hungry, I have not eaten for the past 2 days. And some of you begin to kind of troll them. Now that hunger go kill you. Shebi last year you they shout Emilokon. Now that hunger go kill you. Now yeah. Somebody will just be like, hey, Felix, send me your account details. I'll give you something so that this obedient that are trolling you, this obedient, listen, you should continue to pray for Ashiwaju. They will now send 50,000. Sometimes they will just send 20,000. And then this weary will now be like, thank you, Jari, my leader. We never stop following Ashiwaju. I know Ashiwaju that I support. I know that Ashiwaju will do everything. Ashiwaju will, by the time the 20,000 finish, the weary can't come out to come and ask for another one because there are many people who need money. Now, a lot of them have become so broke that they hardly come out and say, send me your account details. Send me your account number. Everybody, don't help everybody. Because if you start idolushi, I told you that before. You go touch everybody. Now, small. So the influencers themselves, they use style because they know that with 500,000 followers, that's something. They can say something and say, oh, this country, things are getting tough. If you be one PA or SA of one governor or one or Thiefnubu say PA or SA, that will just say, Maiyegun, I saw your posts. Come on, you know that we are trying. You know that somebody like you are insider. Because they always make them feel like they are part of it. Here you get now, once you have a sizable number of followers on social media, suddenly, somebody who is PA or SA to Thiefnubu will just message you and you go to say your life done better. You go come think say you are also insider. So because of that, you have to help them to continue to deceive other sewage dwellers miling around your page. But of late, some of these people say don't they turn to Olushi. 500,000 followers say no, they pay the bill anymore. Yeah. Rather, they will just kind of, say, I mean, if they suffer. Everybody is alerting everybody. You say, go and do something, go and find something to do. So Thiefnubu said they have shared 38 billion, 720 million, 650,000 naira to 774 local government areas. So if you are an Abobaku that has not received his own share of this money, you may need to carry placard. Yeah. You may need to carry a placard and say, collect. They said they've given to traders, artisans, creatives, ICTs, food services, transportation. For North Central, they have shared 6.2 billion. For Northwest, they have shared 9.3 billion. For Northeast, 5.5 billion. Southeast, 4.6 billion. South-South, 5.6 billion. Southwest, after Northwest, Southwest, where the talk say being power, actually 7.2 billion, and you will really be. I hope some of you, the Abobakus, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, I hope you collected this. So, because even myself, I pray that you get this. So, also, the beneficiaries in numbers now. They say those of you from Northwest, now 187,000 of you collected money. For North Central, 124,000 of you. For Southeast in the Eastern Nigeria, the Ojukwu, the Ziari, put them that way. The Ngozi Kolu, we call them Ngozi Kolu, Nnamdi Kolu. The Jaga bandit supporters in Eastern Nigeria, they say 92,000 of you have been given money. For Northeast, now 111,000 of you. Northeast, 111,000 people shared 5.5 billion. For Southeast, 92,000 people shared 4.6 billion. For Southwest, 145,000 of you shared 7.2 billion. Or more. Now you be say your poverty no get cure. You no get cure. They go give you bread, they go give you rice, they go give you every. You get what I mean now? But no how, it go still cure your poverty. There's no chance. See? I don't know what these guys are going to bring to the table. And honestly speaking, I have, kind of had to let some of them go. The reason why the hunger spread this much is because they told you subsidy was gone. When it hasn't. They are paying the subsidy to themselves. They are left with nothing. You are left with nothing to improve the economy. When they ask you, what would you do? In your own case, like, what would you have done? You clearly said.
Let's talk fuel subsidy. Yes. What are your thoughts?
I'm not removing fuel subsidy.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Because the only thing that Nigerians get from the Nigerian crude is that little subsidy. What I will remove is the subsidy that the crooks in our system gets. Those people who are importing fake fuel, importing...
But subsidy is costing a lot of money. I mean, even Kenya just removed subsidy.
The subsidy that costs a lot of money is the subsidy of the elite.
Yeah, but Kenya just removed subsidy. Are you saying even Kenya is because of the subsidy of the elite?
Have you heard that Kenya produced crude before? I'm not aware that they have crude oil in Kenya. We do.
The fact that they are removing subsidy
because
they realize
they don't produce crude oil. They don't produce.
So you're saying because we produce,
we should. You see, do you know that a certain amount of barrels of crude is allocated to refining locally every day, and regardless of whether we are refining or not, they are still selling it, and it goes into private pockets. I know you might disagree with me. But
I'm not here to disagree with you. I'm here for you to tell the people.
I know these people very well, but let me tell you the gimmick. The gimmick is to make people believe that subsidy is eating up the country, but do you know that kerosene is not subsidized?
Exactly.
Yes. So why are we not benefiting from it? Diesel is not subsidized.
Let's talk fuel subsidy.
Yes.
What
and they succeeded. They succeeded in making you believe that subsidy is eating Nigeria money. Did you hear that point? That point where Nigeria was supposed to get 300,000 barrels of crude oil for local refineries every day. Do you know how much that is in a month? Do you? Don't worry, I'll tell you. 9 million barrels of crude oil every month. 9 million. Do you know where that goes to? At all? There are people called IOCs, okay, or OIC or something. No, IOC, international oil companies. They are the ones drilling the crude oil in Nigeria, not Nigerian government. And from whatever they drill, they have to give Nigeria 300,000 barrels every day, because that is meant to feed the Nigerian refineries. Since Nigerian refineries are not working, these criminals have been selling it. Where is the money? So that I know I can't hear you. Maybe I should read the comments. Do you know? Mr. Smartman, the economist, who call me enemy of Nigeria, somebody who doesn't see anything good in Nigeria. I'm asking you now, please, say it here. Do you know what happened to that? Yeah, 9 million barrels every day. Every month. If a barrel of crude oil is sold for average, let's just say $70, $70. So 1 million barrels will mean $70 million. $70 million times 9. $630 million. I'm not even using the actual price of the barrel of crude oil. Where is that money? Yeah, I'm asking you. Mr. One Nigeria, Unity Beggar, tell us, do you know what happened to it? Do you? Do you also know that if they tell you that Nigeria is pumping 1.3 million barrels of crude oil every day, that is 13 million. That's 29 million barrels a month. What is the 40% of 29 million barrels at $70 per barrel? Because that's how much they pay to Nigeria every month. 40% of that. That's the royalty that Nigeria gets from crude oil. Did you know that? 630 million, because they are not using the crude oil to refine anything in Nigeria. They've not refined anything in Nigeria in the last 9 years. They haven't. So apart from the 630 million that was supposed to be for the local consumption, instead of you helping them to regurgitate the nonsense that says the crude oil, the price of petroleum is determined by the price of crude oil in the international. This will never cross international water. This is the crude oil from Niger Delta, Yoruba land, Igbo land. These are the crude oil from these areas. They were supposed to give 300,000 barrels every day to Nigeria to refine and sell to you. But they haven't, because Bokwari has used, this is how shameless, this is how heartless this Olori Brukus are. I know that they are not getting the $630 million every month. I know that. Because they have used it as a collateral to collect maybe $2 billion or $5 billion, which they have already stolen. The money is not there. Similarly, Thiefnubu last year went to the Afrexim Bank to go and borrow $3.3 billion because they wanted to defend the Nigerian Naira. To defend the Naira. They went to Afrexim Bank to borrow $3.3 billion, and they used the future oil prospects in Nigeria as collateral. 167 million barrels of crude oil is what they have used or pledged to give to the Afrexim Bank in 5 years' time if they cannot pay the money back. And they have no intention of paying it back. No, they don't want to pay it back. So by year 2028, Afrexim Bank and their partners, they will begin to extract crude oil from Nigeria until they get 167 million barrels of their money. It is valued at $12 billion. Who uses $12 billion worth of crude oil as a collateral for $3.3 billion loan? APC, Egbekebe. Who would do that? What kind of business people would negotiate that on behalf of a country and say, we'll give you just give us $3.3 billion. And they want to share now. The money is gone, by the way. Defending Naira. That's what Bokwari did. That 300,000 barrel that was supposed to be given to them. Now that you have Dangote refinery, that's the crude oil you are supposed to give to Dangote. But Dangote don't go collect anything. Nah. Because somebody else is taking it. Bokwari don't collect the money. Squandered it. But Bokwari is gone. Thiefnubu is setting his own robbery. Those are the enemies of Nigeria, not me. It doesn't matter what I wish Nigeria. What these guys are doing to Nigeria, or what they have done to Nigeria, they were supposed to kind of like They're supposed to be sentenced to death. It is treasonable. You don't hate your country this much. You don't do this. This is what they have done to Nigeria. It's unforgivable. It's not forgivable. I know something in your head is trying to tell you that this better not be true. So that you can build your deluded, you can build your hope based on your deluded, warped mind as an abobaku. Go ahead. Keep building it. Yeah. Keep building it. Okay? Keep hoping that what this guy is saying is not true. It can't be true. This is not true. I don't believe this guy. You don't have to believe me, but you can believe your deluded mind. Okay? And then when you've, maybe in another 2-3 years, you'll be asking yourself, how come things are not working? These people are, because you do not want to believe the truth. It is so hard to take it in, isn't it? Yeah, it must be very hard for you. So you can continue to tell the poor people that they are paying for the mistakes of the past. Mistakes of the past by who? The mistakes by who? Who is going to pay for the mistakes of now? Or do you think it's a mistake, by the way? It's actually not a mistake. Nigeria cannot survive it. But they are telling you that you are resilient, you are strong. Nigerians have resilient spirit. Nigeria, yeah. Oh, hi. 10 generations of these Nigerians are going to be born into generational poverty. There's no escape route. There's no way out. You're just going to exist and just going to die. And that is why your religious pastorpreneurs will tell you that heaven is the goal. They make you just aim for heaven. This whole thing is too much for you to handle. We just aim for heaven, where you know you don't have to work again. All you have to do is just wake up every morning, and you just have to sing the praises of God and sing the praise in heaven, and and then angels go just they give you food, and others. Those ones, those terrorists that are waiting for the 72 virgins, you have the strength of a horse, the strength of a bunch of perverts, so to say. Because what else is left in this world for you? They've taken everything away from you. So you rather just probably say, if I can't beat them, I'll just try and join them. Abi? Right. Oshubade Pastor Ruga put it this way.
We all pray for a country that is peaceful and prosperous. But God allows us, by our voting, to show him whether we mean the prayers we pray or not. You cannot wish this country well and vote for someone you do not believe in. You cannot. Know that your vote carries the answer to your prayer.
I write, Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agbowori Babaoja, the special advisor to Bokuwari on condolences visit, burial arrangements, and trader money. He knew who Thiefnubu was and is. He tried to warn you, but whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. So here you are, hoping for the best. Hello, Fọkànbalẹ̀.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200, á di 5. Ẹ fọkànbalẹ̀, àmàgbé wálẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkànbalẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkànbalẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkànbalẹ̀.
Continue. 70 years old man. Jesus is Lord.
You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
Last. Now everybody go chop breakfast. Anyway, they are doing everything to see if they call it a national orientation or reorientation. You need to believe in this contraption. You need to believe in this country. Listen, we must believe in this country. This is our only country. Like this guy.
National assets attracts talent, tourists, and investors, and this combination will in turn further strengthen the country, positioning it to attract even more positives. The reverse is also the case. A weak national brand will discourage investment and talent, depriving a country of what it needs for national development, an unfortunate scenario that further weakens perceptions of brand quality. Now, this brings me to especially the way Nigerians talk about their country. On the one hand, we strive for foreign direct investment to come into our land. But on the other, we are very quick to say all those things that will drive away investors and those who want to identify with us. We must find a way of striking a true balance between, especially for the media, reporting accurately, objectively, and also being patriotic about your country. I have always said in every opportunity that I've had that you cannot promote your country by also promoting all the negatives in your country and downplaying the positives. You are also downgrading your country. We all have to come together to project our national image so that at least people will see the good in all of us. The reform agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking the lead in this regard. In my own agenda, as the Minister of Information and National Orientation, I want to emphasize on the third pillar of the 5 key pillars that I have set out to do, and that is the reorientation of our national values. It is not just by chance that the President rechristened the Ministry of Information and Culture and named it Ministry of Information and National Orientation. The emphasis there is to reclaim our lost values, and the gradual erosion of those values that we have seen over the years is being stemmed. Therefore, charity, they say, begins at home. All of us at the Ministry of Information and National Orientation agencies, especially the National Orientation Agency, is playing a pivotal role in ensuring that Nigeria reclaims its steps. Nigeria comes back to those ideals for which our founding fathers put on course for this country. I commend the efforts of the NOA in leading this charge in national orientation of our national value system through efforts like the development of the national value.
Nuisance Lele.
You didn't see them? The enemies of Nigeria. They are asking you to stop saying they're asking you to stop showing the world all the negative things about your country. That means you should stop showing them to the world. You should stop showing their true colors to the world. You should be saying everything is well. Everything is well. How is everything? Everything is well. Are you sure? Everything is well. Everything is not well. You know that one? When you are lying, they say, how are you? Fine. Are you sure? You okay? Yes, everything is fine. So, okay, that's good. Are you sure? Are you sure you're okay? I'm not okay. I'm not. Can never shop. Say, what happened? Hey, see what's happening now? I will go and kill you. Say, calm down, calm down. Just explain it to us. What happened? I don't guys ready to talk you. I will finish you. This country will kill you. Say, but we thought you are like happy. Pretend that they pretend to. Sort of. You cannot hide failure. It is impossible. You can pretend. Yeah, you can pretend. But you can't hide it. It's impossible. You can't hide inefficiency. You cannot hide failure. Failure from all facets of life. There's no amount of grammar, phonetics, and the rest of that can hide that. Gaslight people for all you care. Blackmail them for all you want. It can work on some, but it won't work on the like they say. You can deceive some people sometimes. In fact, you can lie to a few people all the time. But you cannot deceive all the people all the time. It's possible. And that's what they are doing. Like I told you, they want people to keep saying everything is fine, everything will be fine. The same people who said the same thing under Buhari, they said Buhari was building Nigeria. They said now corruption, they fight back. At the end of the day, Buhari stole over 200 billion naira from Nigeria economy. Himself and his gang of thieves. They left over 80 million Nigerians in multi-dimensional poverty. Tell me about we must project our country in a good light. I right. Today, they have 10% of the population, children, out of school. 20 million out of school children. Where do you want to hide that? How do you want to publish? Polish that. How do you want to paint that? How do you want that to look? And say, no, it's not a big problem. Are you being serious? Even their senators were talking about it earlier. Listen.
Mr. President, point of order. Sorry, Mr. President and my dear colleagues. I hope I won't bother you much on this issue today after this observation. In view of the very robust contributions we have all made, and we all now understand even much more the seriousness of this issue and the need for cross-fertilization of ideas across different stakeholder levels and authority levels. I do not see any purpose that will be served if we take these recommendations as stated. My suggestion will be, with all due respect, that at this point, we call for a summit. And let us meet, facilitated by you and Mr. President, after you have briefed him. And then let the stakeholders meet and look at all those issues. So at this point, therefore, my suggestion, my advice is that we take only one prayer, one resolution. One resolution calling for a national summit as a matter of national urgency. I so move.
Yes, Deputy Senate President.
I am Barrow Jibrin cannot not. I stand to say, I hope it's a motion. Move the motion as a con. Okay, he has moved. I assume he has moved.
No, he has not. You can move now.
Okay, move. So that's a con.
By the unanimous views of all, may I move an amendment to the recommendations of our committee to read as follows: that in view of the seriousness of the issue of out-of-schools syndrome in Nigeria and its implications for national development, and realizing also the fact that different levels of stakeholders need to come together to fashion out a lasting solution to this, that this Senate calls for a national summit after briefing the leader of the executive arm. I so move.
Mr. President, for recognizing me to second this very, very important motion. I, Barrow Jibrin cannot not. I stand to second the motion, the beautiful motion, ably moved by the former governor of Bayelsa State, Mr. Dixon. I so second, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, a motion has been moved after the robust debate on the issue of out-of-school children and the beautiful report presented before us by our Committee on Basic Education, that we jettison the various recommendations and then encompass all into one, that this Senate do resolve to have a national summit on the issue of out-of-school children to involve the federal government of Nigeria, the state governments, the local governments, the traditional rulers, the parents, development partners, civil society organizations, and all major stakeholders in the concern in the educational sector to bring a holistic solution to the menace of out-of-school children in Nigeria. That motion has been supported by the Deputy Senate President. And those in support of the motion say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. I want to just
nuisance lele.
Nigeria only make it. Let's just be honest. Nigeria no get any chance of making it with this crop of criminals. So they need to call stakeholders, summit. When a single government policy on education, investment in education, will take these children out of the streets. But no, let us do summit. Summit. So the summit will now tell them how to fund education, build more schools. I'm talking about like equip the existing schools as well. Yeah? Summit, committee, summit, committee. Just like these ones who are debating creating more states. Oyo State should be broken into two so that they can have Oyo State and Ibadan State in this economy.
The second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create new Oyo State with Oyo Town as the capital city from Oyo State. Effect consequential change of the name of the remaining part of Oyo State to Ibadan State with Ibadan City as capital city, and define the local government areas comprising the two states and for related matters, standing in the names of Honorable Adeyemi Akim Adeni and 6 others. Honorable members who recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, October 10, 2024. I now invite Honorable Adeni to move that the bill be read a second time.
Honorable Prince Hakeem Adeyemi, I represent the good people of Afidio, Atiba, Oyo East and Oyo West, and from the Paysetter State Oyo. Mr. Speaker, I rise to stand in for the debate on the bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create new Oyo State with Oyo Town as the capital city from Oyo State. Effect consequential change of the name of the remaining part of Oyo State to Ibadan State with Ibadan City as the capital city, and define for local government areas comprising the two states and for the matters. Mr. Speaker, sir, I so move.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Order, please.
Again is a straightforward request led by 6 members, which I believe must have received the permission of all members of Oyo State caucus, so we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislative action.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government we are highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no way to make our own life.
Thank you so much, Professor. Our own professor. That is a professor. The professor of tautology. Those guys are joke. I even kind of saw a clip where Apabiole was ranting at his own colleagues, like they are just not serious, they are and all of that. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, I saw a clip earlier. He was ranting about something. This one.
The children is one of the most important and a major source of insecurity in this country. 20 million children that are out of school is a time bomb for any country. Already we are experiencing banditry. And of course, I also want to thank Senator Ndubueze. If you want to talk about appropriation, take him outside. I just have to mention your names one by one now, so that you know that here you have the decorum in the Senate. There is decorum in the Senate. I'm not impressed that people are not listening to one another. So why will he speak and others listen to him? When it is his turn, he's engaging you in appropriation discussion. Please, let's be serious here. This is a very important topic. I allowed 1 hour, 30 minutes, because if we can solve the problem of out-of-school children in Nigeria, over 20 million children that are out of school, those are potential bandits. Major danger. You can send your children to Cambridge, send your children to Harvard. They can't come back home. You can stay here as a senator, and your house is occupied by bandits at home. I have colleagues who are now ministers who are not been to some places in Borno for 5 years. They build houses, abandon those houses. It started from this out-of-school children issue. So that's why I allowed us to discuss it. It's a very major issue. So let us look at the recommendations and see where it falls short. We add, we amend, or we bring up an addition that can at least help us to make our input towards resolving these issues. Senator Goje, Senator Bello, Senator Lalong, and distinguished Senator Dixon, and a few others here with me, we've had the privileges of being governors in our various states. And we know that primary school education, basic education, belongs to even local government, assisted by the state. The salaries of primary school teachers are paid by local governments. That is why we applaud the Supreme Court decision that monies meant for local government should go direct to local governments. Should not be withheld, deducted, and used for other sources. So it's our job now as legislators to give verve to the Supreme Court decision. And like the Attorney General of the Federation said, I was in Calabar the other day when somebody stood up to give a lecture castigating the Supreme Court and all that, and I refuse to make comment, because if you are not satisfied with the Supreme Court decision, you go to God. The Supreme Court has spoken, and it is our business to obey the Supreme Court. In the legislature, it's our business to tinker and work around the laws to make sure that that decision of the Supreme Court is not in vain. So these out-of-school children, if we have to make a legislation on it national, we must do so. So please, let's be very, very serious about this. You have children. They can't come back from abroad after all the investment and they die without knowing why. Because a group of bandits will lay them on the road, rape them, kill them, and then you don't know why they are dying. They are dying because you failed to do the basic. You failed to send your neighbor's child to school. When I was a governor, I declared free and compulsory education for all Nigerian children who found their ways into Akwa Ibom. Paid their WAEC fees, their NAPTIC fees, everything. Compulsory. And I had education monitors. From 8 in the morning, they go around. If they see a child that is hawking, they'll pick up the child, go and arrest the parents. And there were consequences, 6 months imprisonment for any parent or guardian. They allowed a child of school age not to be in school. So if we can replicate that nationally, I think we can solve the problem. We had to build over 6,000 new classroom blocks because of the influx of students. My state was regarded as we had this house boy, house girl syndrome. When I declared free and compulsory education, you could not see any Akwa Ibom person selling groundnut in Lagos. So this is a very serious issue. You go to Kano and you see the number of children who are outside. If the state governments can take action backed by federal government, then something will be done. If we are not able to access your bank forms, you bank forms, then we should remove the idea of counterpart funding and then send those monies to, what is the point of keeping billions and billions and billions for over 10 years on the ground that states could not access? We must take this issue very seriously. This is the core of the insecurity in this country. Recommendation 1.
We hear that one now. We think, oh, what a passionate rant. Oh, that's a very good thing to. Oh, I never saw Akwabiole, speak like that. Oh, what a very passionate father. That is why Thiefnubu is your president, and you are asking yourself who is going to stand up and protest. Because not today, easily and emotionally manipulated. The reason why there is no money for education, and the reason why they've been going back and forth for the local government autonomy, is because of these rubber stamp criminals called the National Assembly. The reason why poverty is the order of the day in Nigeria is because of these useless men and women at that National Assembly. They were supposed to be the checks and balances for the executive, but rather they are there slaughtering the dreams, aspiration of Nigerians on the highest bidder, where the budget that could take care of a lot of things is being padded. It's being padded by these criminals. And since they padded most of it, they have no morality to go after the executive and the rest of them that do not give a damn. It's all talk. All talk. All talk. Unfortunately. But yeah, I'm glad I said that, the out of school children, they are the future bandits, the future terrorists. And he did say something about their own children coming back from abroad because their children don't school in Nigeria. That's also part of it. Now he's pretending to be worried. If your children come back from abroad, then he says something about them building houses in their communities that they may not be able to go to. That too is true. So last, you don't cast. Now everybody go chop breakfast. Pastor Ruga?
You don't cast. Last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And how do they treat the people they are supposed to be leading? Here was Willie Wiki yesterday, meeting with the resisting people of Lugbe in Abuja. whose land is being confiscated by Wike, the Abuja MC Olueron, the land grabber of Abuja, where the residents, the owner of land with their documents and their CFO and all that, are being told to move because the government is now the owner of the land. Just like that. Just like that.
Every time, just
First and foremost, when we started with the structures, so-called development, not the only advancement and then mobilize and talk to attack us. So, looking at the need to avoid casualty, so we do it and we protect our system.
It is a land grab there. All right. That is done. They should be able to carry out the survey and demolish. See, let us know what to do. It looks like the legislature. Take over it. And then taking level. I have it. And imagine what it does. So I will just confuse going there. And then there's being as they all land there. No one document, not one document, and we're not going to allow that. We won't allow that. So everything I've handed over to you, we work with you for security, and it's so that before they can come back and do their work. Whatever request to mobilize, and then arrest anybody you find here. Then come and explain who gave you this land. You know, tomorrow night is this is where we are having our businesses. You cannot do an illegal business. And these are how criminals can even come here. You won't even know that they can operate from here. So let's take steps now and take over our land. All right? Thank you.
Did you hear that? Don't allow any document or anything. Okay? You call them criminals. The owners of the land that have their houses and all that, they would demolish all the houses. And he just told these guys there that don't allow anything, okay? Demolish everything. On camera, he went further. So, oh my stomach is just like turned there. My stomach just turned like, what the heck? What kind of impunity is this? And then I saw them say, no sir, no sir, yes sir, no sir.
You don't go to a place and seize land. We won't allow that. We won't allow that.
Always accusing people of going everywhere to take land. As if to say it's actually that easy in Nigeria. That, you know, I'll just go somewhere and just take a land. The moment he wants to take your land, he will accuse you that your document is, they don't care about your document. You cannot be going everywhere to take land. Like, people just go about and they just take land. People are flaunting their government issued land title. With the wicked is like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Then you will accuse them of being criminals who are just taking land. And that's it. You can go to court or anything. What kind of a country is this?
You can't go to a place and seize land where I say, we won't allow that. We won't allow that. It's not for lawlessness. If you don't know what to do, then we'll teach you what you can do. Thank you.
What can we do, sir? What can we do, sir?
Thank you, sir. We are not land grabbers. We are developers. Developers, what about developers? We have
papers, sir.
We have submitted this paper to the authority. Verifiable. Hold on. Yes, sir. Approval is there, sir. Yes. You have that show.
This is Media Council.
Who told you? That's why you made it. Hey, keep quiet. If you are an idiot, you're an idiot. Every man in FCT belongs to FCT.
We know.
And that was why
now
when I sold land, this time they don't do anything. The Supreme Court said you don't have power. And all they did was to apply for us to please calm them down and give us your food. You don't sit here to talk
So, do we go back to the area council? Do we go back to the area council and
yes.
We're in court, sir.
Not if you like, go and carry across, and the worst one is go and carry across. Who told you we are across?
We did not harass you, sir. It's a lie, we did not harass them, it's a lie, It is a lie, sir.
Yes. You know I will listen to you. You have taken the laws into your hand.
No, we never did, sir. We never did, sir.
It's a wrong information,
It's a wrong information.
Listen, we don't even know the reason why.
Sir, it's okay, sorry.
Who told you can talk? If you think that you take something, you are not the only one. You have to be careful. Stupid. Because I came there to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
If you don't know what to do, go and bring their guns.
No, sir.
No, sir. We don't have guns.
We have no guns.
No guns, sir.
Even tear gas, you can't see it with us.
Do you think you are the only one who takes something? You don't know what to do. Go and bring your gun. Because you want to take their land. Which is going to take. And it will not stop. It will keep taking and keep taking and keep taking. All up in Abuja. As we say it in Yoruba, Eko alejo. Sorry, sir. No, sir. Sorry, sir. Please, sir. I beg you, sir. God damn it, man. Right. Peter Obi was spotted in Liverpool today, where he had an interactive session with some obedient, you will say, Nigerians. So here is something from that. For those who might be interested. I had a clip.
One critical advantage within this Commonwealth country. And when I talk about the GDP of Commonwealth, actually, only about 4 or 5 countries I can classify as developed. And the GDP of these 4 or 5 and actually constitutes about 70% of the entire GDP. So which means out of 6 countries of the Commonwealth, only about 6 maximum. We talk about UK, India, science is not actually the ones, Australia, places like Singapore, are actually the ones that have the bulk of the GDP, which means virtually about 49%. 49 countries of the common countries are still what you can classify them as developed, but their pocket. The polite language of describing poverty and that. Because some of them something billion. About 60% are below the age of 30, or call it the young age, which means you have a productive workforce that can change. And in a past, when you talk about population, you talk about in a system that can create demand. And talking about harnessing the potential for it to create. It becomes critical when you look at it. Here is the population, a third of the world population. But when you look at the GDP of the world, being about 110 trillion, Commonwealth is at between 13 and 15. So while they have a third of the world population, the GDP is about below 1/6. That means you could see it's being speculated that with the right focus on everything, Commonwealth could, by the year 2030, be at a GDP of about 20 or more trillion. So within the next 5 years, it's going to grow by about 30%, which is huge.
Alaye is still quoting this statistics. When a supposed accountant told us, it is saying that statistics will go shop.
I think that statistics will go chop.
It is saying statistics. It is saying statistics. Now you know the shop shaggy in that contraption. He added more.
When you spread your investment, some will go up, some will come down, but overall, the company is still there, the company is still doing well, it's still part of a global chain and everything. I needed to explain it not because I'm defending comment by my brother. My brother is the brother, I remain my brother, we're very close, I remain prayerful for him. For other things which I didn't succeed, God has given him opportunity to do it and succeed. For me, yeah.
Wherever I don't succeed, he can succeed in doing. And finally, it is, or maybe not finally. Okay, finally, or maybe not. The people destroying people. Somebody said that people dying party. I don't even know what that means. That's for PDP. They are still unable to find a common ground on how to get rid of with the weakest planted SDGs. So they've postponed it. Their governors met today in Abuja. The Governor Ajogba Trophy, the Jackson of Oshu. It don't balloon. I don't know what is wrong with him. Man, I don't. It's going crippled. It's becoming, probably it's going to become disabled by the time. What happened to him? Anyway, we'll leave that one that way, okay? Here is what's the outcome of their chat as delivered by Bala Muhammad, PDP.
PDP stakeholders with the governors and other organs of the party to discuss and chart a way forward in terms of unifying the party. The country is aware of what we experienced about a week ago, where we had a spate of suspensions and counter-suspensions. But PDP is a wonderful party. We were able to surmount that problem, and we are united today under the leadership of Acting Chairman, Ambassador Iliadamagu. And that's why we are here, because the governors, the BOT, who are the conscience of the party, will discuss matters that will make us succeed in the future and to avert this kind of happenings. We're here to discuss issues that are germane, but which are internal. And of course, at the end of the day, we'll reveal to the media and to the world what we have done. Because the PDP magic is that it can always come back. We will resist with all our strength and capacity any attempt to convert Nigeria into one-party state. We will make sure that all the dividing forces will not succeed within us. We will use our experiences and our unity, especially experiences that we garnered since 1999, to make sure we provide Nigerians a very good platform with which to actualize their aspirations in 2027. Thank you very much. We will brief you on the outcome of the meeting, but this is a PDP meeting that is bringing all the organs of the party so that we can chart a course that will ensure that we win in Ondo, we continue to win, and we rescue power from the maladministration of the APC. Thank you very much.
Who get this one? Hello, sir. How are you?
The outcome, the resolution of the meeting is actually all about. We're actually live now, and we're going to be having the governor, the chairman of the governors forum, addressing the press and alongside 605 governors of
Why the BOT? You forgot your vice chairman.
Come on, thank you, distinguished members of the press. Good evening. Arising from a consultative meeting of the various organs of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, held at the Tatari Ali Bauchi Governor's residence here in Abuja today, the following decisions were taken. 1. The National Executive Committee NEC meeting slated for October 24th, 2024 has been rescheduled to November 20th, 2024. The postponement is to give the party ample opportunity to concentrate on the forthcoming Ondo gubernatorial elections of November 16, 2024. 3. Reiterating the need for unity in the face of efforts by detractors to divide us, the meeting called on all members to shun utterances that could undermine the ongoing efforts at strengthening the party for the future success of our dear party. Thank you very much.
Can we ask a couple of questions?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so, Rahman, can I go first? Okay, so sir, this meeting has been much anticipated, and now you're saying that you're shifting till next month, 28th, right?
Yeah, 28th.
Of next month.
Of October.
All right, sir. The question is, with all of the back and forth suspensions that we witnessed, in the past weeks, sir, where is the party in all of this? Like, what is the position, really, the position of the PDP Governors Forum on the imbroglio that we actually saw? Then the second question.
But the position of the party and the PDP Governors Forum is known to everybody. You can see we are here with the acting chairman and the two sides that went into that, and we don't want to go back into ugly the occurrences that happened. We have really retraced our steps. We are together and united. Both parties have shielded their thoughts, and of course, we are good to go. We have reverted to the status quo before the commencement of the various suspensions. So I think it is something we are speaking with one voice, that because we want to win election, and still there may be some semblances of division and rancor, we don't want to give the opposition the opportunity to undercut us in Ondo, knowing fully well that Nigerians are looking up to us and our party members are looking up to us to make sure we rescue that state from the maladministration of the APC.
Your Excellency, I'm surprised for the first time we are talking about just the PDP. What about Nigeria? Considering what is happening in the country, are you not going to tell us what?
Wow, it's known to everybody. I don't want to overflow the issue of hunger and anger. I don't want to overflow the issue of the sufferings and toiling of people without remorse, without empathy from the government. I don't want to talk about an administration that is clueless, that has no left and right. They don't know where they are going. They are just perambulating and then somersaulting in policies and programs. We don't want to talk about the problems and challenges of the common man that is just an untold hardship, groaning in agony and melancholy. I don't want to talk about the country
He has no job.
We work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So we've come to the end of the broadcast, and I am going to open the line, all right, so that, if you have one or two things to add to this, it will be an opportunity for you to share that too, okay? Also, to everyone who is having problems with the link, buy me a coffee link in the comment section. I am trying something out. Take a look. So I want you to stretch your phone camera, right? 1 second. So when you use your phone camera, you turn on the camera like that. So you can put it in front of this and scan it. Can you see that? Now, if you scan, there is going to be a link that will pop up like that. And then, you can use that in buying Maiyegun coffee. It worked. I just tried it. See? That's a link. That's a link in front of the camera. Can you see that? Oh, no, you can't. Okay, don't worry. But try it. And thanks so much, Jefferson. I got that cup of coffee that you ordered for Maiyegun to others. Thank you so much for your time. If you have to go, I would understand, okay? Just remember or not forget to like the broadcast. Like it, share it, and maybe subscribe onto the channel itself, okay? And when I come back, I will take calls. So thank you, everyone. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to, okay? Thank you. And I do have a caller. That must be Jefferson. Is it you?
Yeah, it's me. How you doing, man?
I am very well, though. Yourself?
Oh, I'm good. I'm very, very good. I'm seeing your updates, the news, and everything. Wow, we have new ministers, and then we have, of course, we have Bianca, who has joined who has joined.
The Ronukus are so
Exactly.
happy, right, that they are saying Thiefnubu is a master strategist. He went into Ojukwu's compound and gave a minister to his wife. The Igbos now, they will not criticize Thiefnubu anymore. I was like, oh my God, man. Anyway,
they don't have sense because basically they think that because they have endorsed him that everybody will just follow sheepishly. No, it's not going to work that way. Well,
Igbos when it comes to our political appointments, what's the correlation?
Yes, there's no correlation. In fact, they're just making things worse for themselves. If we as voters can even say no to P2B for that his statement he made the other day, who is Bianca or is it Ojukwu? If we want to change it for them, we'll change it for them. But anyway, that's a story for another day. The one I want to talk about is the issue of Wike. I think his own issue is becoming too much because he thinks that he's some power drunken person. But we can help him we can make him famous by writing some form of petitions but again the thing is we don't even listen to us. You can do petitions that can be global. You know those petitions they will write.
Yeah, it's a place that is so lawless, man. You know, it's crazy.
You know, so if I wish that works. I mean that we can be able to put them to place, you know. And it's unfortunate the way the country is going. I don't even know where to start from, you know. I just wish that we can be able to learn and see how we can, because hunger is going to be a determinant factor for even the so-called next election in the so-called country that we call Nigeria, you know, because it's going to be more of a hunger thing, because now people are hungry and people cannot even think beyond what they have. Instead of thinking beyond what they have, they are supposed to understand that, look, let us take opportunity to go against the system. But who knows what is going to happen? But that's a story for another day. I just wish that one day people will wake up and we'll be able to what they call it, to redeem ourselves from all this craziness.
Well, let's keep.
I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, Jefferson.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Bless you. So I also have Mr. D, which is the older. How are you, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Good evening.
So you're back. Good evening again. I also have a cup of coffee. Thank you. That's generous of you.
Oh, you're welcome. Lately you've not been accepting calls, which I can understand.
Yeah,
sometimes
so exhausted that
time constraints.
Go take some rest after presentation, you know. But yeah, tonight I kind of decided to take few.
Yeah, that's good. Well, as you can see, Thiefnubu government are succeeding in normalizing their ideas, their policies, to become part of the reality. Yes. So after some time, people will just, as you've always said, that people forget things, and that is what they are hoping, and always they know that people will eventually forget anyway. So all things that have happened in the last 18 months, what brought when he was what he said and all is the things that he has done previously. So people will forget things, and then they will just be looking at the immediate benefits that they will get, or hoping hope, which I think that's what Nigeria is built on.
On what?
Yes.
On almost nothing. They will leave reality for fiction, make up imagination, and they begin to believe that.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. So and then they will continue, and they continue promoting it, even from the governor to the senator. They will say, let's pray, let's hope for this, let's hope for that, but without putting any work into it. And as I was talking with not long ago, about something that, look, in Africa generally we need to create that sense of decency, like, when you promote what we call
Integrity,
decency, generally, patriotism. When we promote this from very young age, that patriotic, whatever it is that you have, nurture it, protect it, and then first appearance, first impression is always important. People doesn't look at, let's say, classrooms now. They see it as a normal thing for a classroom to be rough, not to be painted, and in time, this has built up in children's mind that a decent, well painted classroom is luxury, and then you just realize that, yes, so that is, they have, so they built in that poor psychologically, they are poor, mentally poor. They are not, they kind of live, everybody in Nigeria live in a primitive world of, imagination, kind of, their world is not meant to be decent, right? And then, imagine learning in a class without ceiling, where a lizard can suddenly jump on you, or where if there's a heavy wind, you can't just see the dust will just rise. Everybody will be full of dust everywhere, and all these things mounts up to become what our leaders are today, because this is what, how they grew up, and then they will ever have that innate, that has been built in them. So they expect that will, of course, they want it to repeat itself again. So they don't have
I'll show
the
you
mind
something
of
right
changing
now.
things.
Hold up, right? I want you to look at your
Yes.
screen, okay? I'll show you something.
Yeah. Hold on.
This was what a senator in Nigeria tweeted yesterday, okay? And he called it fully equipped intensive care unit. Can you see your screen now?
Yeah.
See,
Hold on.
ICU is where you are going to see all of the medical equipment, like a defibrillator, the what do you call it, the monitoring machines and stuff like that. I don't know all these medical names for all these things, right?
Yeah.
But look at what a senator of Nigeria, a federal government project called Intensive Care Unit in Ogun State. Okay. See, they put a used van, a used bus as ambulance.
Yeah.
Then they painted the building like this one, somewhere in Ogun State. Then they printed his name on that van. It's a federal government project, constituency project. Now take a look at the ICU. This is the ICU, intensive care units. And people were saying, Yayi, thank you so much. Benny Thierry, you are the best. CICU in Ogun State, my dear brother, sir. So they intentionally promote mediocrity. And people know nothing else anyway. So to them, can any senator that is suffering from heart attack or just involved in an accident be taken to this place as an ICU, intensive care unit? Any of them?
The senator himself will be saying, no, don't take me there, take me to somewhere else, because in between
millions of naira was allocated for this project. This is what they offer people. Continue.
Yeah, and then a good example is that senator that the optics of photographs and videos showing that they've donated laptops to people, and then which at the end they now took it back from them. They are treating people like nobody, like they don't have any say, you're not important. It's just, so it's quite, we can only talk about it, but the more I'm talking about it, I feel better, because because I'm kind of reminding myself that these people are no good. They are the
so
traitors.
evil. And we also need
Yes,
to
they
show
are
to
the
those who
traitors.
are defending them as well, to see what they are defending, to see what
They know deep
they are
down.
normalizing as well. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
and then
they
again,
don't know.
yeah. Yes, they don't know exactly
Most of them will
because
tell you that
where they
it's
are brought
better
up.
than nothing. They will tell you and say,
Yes.
and if you come to this area for the past 40 years, they do not have any clinic. So this one that they gave them is still better. Another person can come and buy the machine, but they don't know. They don't know better. You see?
They don't know at
That's
all.
why we have to keep showing to them and say, well, you see what they are doing to you? Is to let you know how evil these guys are. How evil to you and even to themselves. Because listen, somebody who is a senator from a region, right? And you fail to actually build, even though you are given the money, not with your money, you are given the money, or you stole the money. So you fail to build a dependable or reliable medical facility. Now you are in an emergency, no good road, no good hospital, okay? So they have to kind of drive you to maybe like another, maybe 200 kilometers away. When ordinarily, within 2 kilometers, where you had that emergency, somebody could attend to you and take care of you and keep you alive. But because you are so greedy and selfish and short-sighted as well, right? You decided to steal the money. Now they have to drive you 100 kilometers in a terrible road to go and try and save your life. Some of them will even fly 6,000 miles from Nigeria to abroad to go and get medical care, something they can get at the back of their house if they decided to actually build something. Yeah, this is what it is, Baba. Hold up.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
God bless you, man.
Thank you for listening.
You have a good one,
thank
Baba.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the.
The line is still always very much open, and I want to say a big thank you. Let me talk to my man. You know, you have been so wonderful. I appreciate. I do appreciate your generosity always. So I have been trying to raise what do you call it? Support via that buy me a coffee. So every penny counts, by the way. And I think I've actually raised more than 1/4 of what I intend to raise. So if you open that link again, you will see how much I have raised so far. And I'm still on it, okay? Put your phone in front of your TV camera. Sorry, in front of your TV. And you'll be able to scan this. Like I said, every penny counts. Here is another caller. Hello.
Maiyegun, good afternoon.
How are you?
Maiyegun, it is well, though. This is our country, eh?
It is not really well, but we hope it is.
It is finished. It is finished. I don't even know. I get angry every day. When I wake up, I just run to the internet. I see what is going on. I'm so angry because you don't even know who to trust again.
It's sad.
You don't even know you don't even know the next neighbor to trust again. No. You don't know the person that the right people to go to for this. The person you are so having hope on will just come on and disappoint you and go to the other side of the road.
It is dog eats dog, man. It's a situation called the dog eats dog. So you either eat them or you'll be eaten. That's what they say it in Nigeria.
Yes. You know, when I was a kid, I would be wondering why would God say, if I can see only 5 people in a nation, I will not destroy that nation. That is what is coming up in Nigeria now.
It is.
That is what is coming up. I wanted to throw light on something. Now, I feel we should watch out for. You see, a lot of people might not like this, but I'm just being, it's my opinion.
Just let it out, please.
Everybody is entitled to his opinion.
Yes.
You see this issue of when somebody sits in his room, writes a project, bring it out to the masses, to gullible masses, and they buy it. Nigeria, one problem we have back in Nigeria is that they don't take their time to analyze issues. When you analyze the pros and cons of that issues to get to a conclusion. When we hardly take our time, we just follow the traffic one way, we'll be beaten before we get to know that we have made mistake. We don't take our time to analyze things. We quickly
It's called critical thinking, man. Not many
Yes, they
people
don't have
want to
principle.
engage in it. Not many.
Yes, yes. They don't have that time to like, look, let me ponder on this thing. Could this be real? Could this be the white that we are seeing? Or could this be black? Or could it be somebody's handwriting, writing somewhere? I'm sorry I have to mention name. I'm watching people, the way people are jumping at very dark man. I'm sorry, I have to mention name.
Go ahead. This is your
I have to mention name.
Go on, ma'am.
He might be doing a good thing, he might be doing something that is fantastic to people. But have you ever sit down to know if where is this person coming from? What was his motive from the time he came out to this? What was the motive behind his actions? I was watching Face. I'm not a fan to Face. I'm not a fan for any of them. I don't give a bloody them. But I was listening to him today when he was saying that he actually wanted the law case. Well, he had to put court to him, and he said he actually, what is he wanting it for? Because it's time for us to start thinking. From when we sit into their house, they will write a project, and when they strike the project, those are Nigerians are gonna be followers. But the time the person, so one person buys the project, you see that they start swinging according to the project. That's why most of them, when they come, they don't trend for more than 5 or 3 years. You see their true colors. So my own opinion is not anybody's. My own opinion is that it's time for we Nigerians, when somebody comes out, especially this one that comes out from the scratch, because something is everybody is looking for one thing to say. You have to just take a back seat. You understand me? Take a back seat and analyze. Take a back seat and analyze.
Look beyond the facade. Always look beyond the surface.
Yes, it's a different thing that a man came up from nowhere. We are not seeing him trying to build to follow people to follow him. A man came up from nowhere. We don't even know him from anywhere. Then he just come boom, and we are seeing the man. We will not take our own time to go and research his stuff. I don't know if you understand my point.
I am following.
It is a difference that one rich person comes now and say he wants to be a messiah to Nigeria, and we take our own time.
It is.
Follow the person.
We're built that way. Let me help you. Let me help you somehow, ma'am. All right, in this your your own perspective while you are saying things. Okay, we were raised, and it is religious. Okay, we were raised as Africans, right, to believe that. Somebody, that mentality of God sending a prophet to every race,
God bless you,
every people. So we are always looking forward to somebody is going to come, like God will raise somebody or he will send somebody that will lead us out of whatever thing we are in a way. So people have religiously transferred that into many things. And I kind of agree. Yeah. So people should always look beyond the surface.
Yes. Because if you watch in the developed world where we are today, you find that no matter how good people see you to be, no matter how good people see you to be, they will say, oh, we'll do a background check.
Yes.
If you go for a job, no matter how fantastic you present yourself to be the best in the world, they will first go to a background check. And I want to let people know something. The Northerners, I'm sorry, the leaders we see, so not the Northerners, I'm sorry. I mean, the main people that are dealing with us today did not start one day to build their project. They started in disguise.
Somewhere.
Gained our trust.
Yes.
And threw it back to us. So how long will Nigeria be deceived? Some of this was deceived us 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. 50, 60 years ago.
Of them are beginning to unravel and all that.
And they are beginning to unravel because they sat in their house, studied the way Nigeria operates, the way our level of understanding, our IQ is, and they came in a way that will please us, to tell us what we want to hear, manipulate our thinking, the way we reason, get us to their side, and start enjoying until they strike us. So it is time for Nigeria to stop following bandwagon effects.
Right.
When somebody comes out, I saw people that I'm sorry, I'm not. I was never.
No, you are a pessimist. It's really understandable. You are somebody that's always like, if something looks too good to be true, then it is, which is okay.
Yes.
It's not wrong for somebody to say, you know what? Do you know how many people that have actually tried to push me to be a personality that is like a cult-like personality. You know what I mean? Somebody that once I appear, some people just be like, yeah, that's our leader and all of that. I'm like, no, I don't want to be anybody's leader. I want to be probably conscious, right? That you may like me in the morning. There's a chance you won't like me in the evening when I say something you don't like. So it's all right. It is fine to be like that. Than for me to be like, if anybody says they don't like Maiyegun, my mob will just go after the person. You they mad? Do you know this Maiyegun? And all that. But there are people who enjoy it. You know, it's called the cult-like personality. Okay? Where they are like, do you know who you are talking to? You are talking to me. Kind of.
As I was saying, it didn't take, like we were saying initially, it took us time to start trusting on Nnamdi Kanu. He fought for it. He worked for it.
Over 10 years.
I don't know if you understand my point. For so many years, he was consistent.
Yes.
That was that people saw that. At first, a lot of people were condemning him. And when we saw that he was consistent, people started believing in him.
That's right.
You understand me? And trust, when people started believing in him, they went to his background check, found out that this guy is not actually a poor guy. This guy is from a rich family and decided to sacrifice things for himself to make the nation. You understand my point? But when somebody is somewhere writing his own project, to targeting to please manipulate, and no, it's not me. Because me, I see a lot of what people are seeing is not what I'm seeing.
Do you know how many people were all screaming Yoruba nation together 3-4 years ago?
You understand my point?
Today,
you understand my point?
We know where they
what
are.
People are seeing is not what I'm seeing. Are you getting my point?
I do.
You can't just walk to classes of intelligent people and you start telling them what, because you feel you can be one that person in the streets. So Nigeria should learn to be using critical thinking. Is very, very important. If not, there's a lot of stooge everywhere. Stooge is all over Nigeria. Even in PDP now, they have 1 million of them there. Even in Labour Party, they have 1 million everywhere. Even among the Biafra fighters, stooge everywhere. So it's time for you to put your thinking faculties in and think before you follow any foolish person. Thank you.
Bless you, ma'am. Thank you so much for saying that, though, okay? Like you said, not everybody will directly understand what you are trying to say. Not everyone, but a lot of people do get your points at the end of it all. Okay. You have a good evening.
All right.
Okay. You have a good one. Yes, ma'am. So indeed, there are those people called the optimists. Optimists are those who want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt until you show your true color. Pessimists are those that there's something in them that is always going to be like, I'm going to be careful with this guy. Oh, this person looks so smooth and so, why? I mean, from nowhere, this person just came out and then suddenly everybody just kind of agrees, no, I'm going to be very careful. There's nothing wrong in being a pessimist, okay? Just don't be a bad belly one, okay? That's just like, no, I'm just going to condemn you. But being a pessimist is grand. It helps. It helps you to, number one, not fall prey or fall victim of chances. There are those who can leverage on your vulnerability. Nigerians are vulnerable right now. When I say vulnerable, I'm talking about Nigerians have been so bombarded with all these bad people so much that just anyone that becomes sympathetic, that has empathy, right? You are going to win them over. Sure you get. Or be a pessimist too, right? You need to question everything. And that's who I am. I do not possibly go hard on things simply because I have my, I have my suspicion. I take my time. And once I am convinced that this is not it, it will take time for you to convince me. I can't say if I'm a pessimist or somebody who is, there is another word. It's not pessimist, it's not optimist, it's something stronger. That's like in between, but just be careful. Today, a lot of people are posting as a good people because they can say the right word, they can say the right thing. And if you can say the right thing these days online, oh man, you can build a cult followership. Then you can dupe them, and that is not something that I don't, So for me, I will let my audience judge me, but I'm always very clear. You do not owe me anything, okay? I appreciate everyone that has been so supportive, those that will defend me. I get my own people where go, so they go, I cannot be wrong. Yeah. I have my own people too. That will be like, no, Maiyegun cannot be wrong. I trust him. I don't take it for granted. I don't take advantage of the people. Sure you get, but you do not owe me anything. I always say that. Because I can say something this morning, you love it. In the afternoon, I can say another thing based on what I have, based on the information at my disposal. You may not like it. See, there are those who love me so much, or maybe pretended to, conditional love. So when I started, exposing these guys who are taking advantage of us because of our love for Yoruba land and all that, they don't like me anymore. I don't like this guy. He's very arrogant. One even said, I will never donate and support, I will never donate my money to this guy. I said, don't, please don't. Don't give your money to somebody you know that you do not actually have really respect for. So if you want to love Maiyegun, it has to be unconditional. And I have people who have been Maiyegun's people for like 10 years, 11 years. And they said it, if I leave Maiyegun for 2 years, I know what I'm going to meet when I come back. Those are my people. And I will never take advantage of them. Here is one of them. Hello, sir.
Omo Badero.
Baba.
Maiyegun General.
Baba, how are you this evening?
My big brother. I thank God I'm okay.
Class. How is the weather?
We're in UK. I'm in London. You are in over there.
Yeah, I'm here too. In Scotland, you know how it
is. Yeah, Scottish land. Maiyegun, we don't need to say too much. You have God has put you in a position to let people to be aware. And like the other time when I was talking, there's something, you see this wisdom, it's not something you can purchase in the market. It is God given. Then, it's not what you can just get in the market. No. It's a spiritual gift. It's an anointed gift. It's a prophetical gift that Almighty God has bestowed on you. And you are one of those people that is using it in the right way, not in the wrong way. Thank you. There are some people that go through the darkness, and after a while they come out into the light, and they look back. They say, "Oh, that is darkness. This is light." Then they now try to. They are pushing the lightness. I mean, the good things. What the difference between darkness and light? And that's exactly what you are doing. You see, my brother, no matter what I have through you, by your wisdom, next year I'll be 62 by the grace of Almighty God.
Bless you.
But you have made me to be a younger man. And I was able to see a different life in a different perspective. I was able to look at things in the way and manner that this is what life's supposed to be. If you are a pastor or you are an imam or babalawo, people will always, you will have millions. People followership.
Somebody said that because what does it take if I choose to just use this religiously? There are so many people that I will win over because I can use the right word if my target is to have people worship at my feet. But no, I just want people to be independent-minded enough with the right information. Because to me, I believe that if all of us, if we are very much aware of the world we are existing in, right? Maybe, just maybe, we can save not just ourselves, we can save even the generations that are not here yet. Because this world has been so corrupted that those who are supposed to keep us safe are the ones after our lives. The politicians, their friends, and the rest of them. So if all of us have access to the information enough that we can resist them, we may be saving generations yet unborn. Or we will just wait and be doomed. All of us.
Yes, Maiyegun. You see, my brother, you are not speaking to me. I am not speaking to you, but we are speaking to the world.
Yeah.
Because this is internet. That is a web that connects the whole world. Everybody is listening to me. Everybody is listening to you. But the information you are giving out there to the public, to people that have the normal way of thinking. I use the word normal, Abraham. You can, you see, there's something they call N and N kill. How God created the world and how everything is done. God did not have a religion.
No.
And who knows the Almighty God? This is what that has been given to us or transferred to us by our parents, both internally and externally. But the way things are going, the way we are seeing things now, we are now looking at people who are in order for them to be in a situation that mama controlling you. Sorry, I dive into Yoruba because
power over our thoughts.
So that they can control you, so that they can put you on one side, so that for them to have their ways. And these are the ways of APC. These are the true what they call in Christendom Antichrist. I am sorry for the Christians, but this is the truth. These are the Antichrist in our midst. But when it comes to our own foundation,
traditional ways, Baba.
These people, yes, sir, these people can never exist. They have nowhere to go. They will be outright be concealed into their own domain, because ní ìṣe àbáláyé àwọn ibi wọn ò ní ọ̀rọ̀ láti sọ, but they are hiding under the canopy of all this imported religion. People can swear on Bible now, and they get away with it.
There's no consequences. Exactly.
Exactly. They can swear on Quran, and they get away with it without consequence. But go and swear on Ayilala. Go and swear on Leron. Go and swear on all this our generation. They know the consequences. It's immediate. Go and swear on Shango. But like what you are saying, Olúṣọlá Ọmọbádéró, ó dẹ̀ máa dá fún un. Wàá ṣoríire o. Ó tẹ̀ ti ṣoríire. I told you something about a year ago. Money, where you are going, money, the whole world will be able to see. You have not arrived. You are just like Thiefnubu. You are just a baby step.
The baby step up.
Exactly.
God bless
you. And please, before we go, please, I want you to play this thing once more. This guy, there's this thing that
just remember the
CD for J, but the people where the people that
CD for J. But I remember that song. Well, I don't have it. But I'll go look for it.
I'm still looking forward to that.
I will look
so
for
that to let people come back and reason. People, please, my gentlemen on the temple of truth, gentle women, gentle ladies, madam, my big brothers and my big sisters, please, Maiyegun is a man that I know. Even in Nnamdi Kanu, Maazi in Nnamdi Kanu, he said, before they take him to jail, he said, listen to this man. And there's a lot of revelation about this man. This is our modern day prophet. He might not be in Nigeria, but he's a Nigerian.
Thank you.
So please, God bless you. And I wish you the best.
You stay safe, okay, Baba? Amari, so you have a good one, sir. Okay, thank you so much for this.
Motifi Obi Ati Atari Pẹ̀lú Simashina Motifi Bo Baba mi ní àárọ̀ yìí. Motifi ṣàdúrà fún ẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ ṣe máa rí fún ẹ.
Kò ní bàjẹ́.
Have a nice day, bro. Yes, sir.
You have a good one, sir. Yes, sir. That's quite a chart. And yeah, I have said that many times on MaiyegunsDiary Politico because I have the data. So the data showed me that on this platform, if we are 100,000, especially on YouTube, if we are 100,000, I can assure you that 43% of that, which is 43,000, are between the ages of 55 and 75. It's like the older people, they are much more than the rest of us. The next age grade of people who listen to Maiyegun, they are between the ages of 35 and 55. So 55 upward, they are the highest. So the next to that is between 25 and 35. So this is not a place where people who don't know about life, sort of congregate. I have a lot of elderly people on this platform, right? And I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful to a lot of them because they do really, really, right? I love Maiyegun and I appreciate every one of you, So yeah, the line is still pretty much opened. And listen, we are currently about 20 minutes away from the entire chat this evening. So as many are trying to get through, for those of you who are just like enjoying the chats as you are there in your living room, on your device, or watching it on your TV and all that. So let me say a big thank you to this my person, NK. The name I have here is NK, right? But you know yourself, so thank you for your own coffee. That you just got me there, okay? That's very generous of you. Similarly to this, my super chatter, I'm supposed to go and say thank you to these two guys tonight. Sorry, okay? I just want to quickly say that before the time is totally out there, okay? I have a call but let me say this to Dr. Roland, thank you. Similarly to Freedom Simple, thank you as well. God bless all of you, okay? I appreciate and thank you. So here we have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very fine. And you?
Well, yeah, still here always. Thank you so much for asking. Please.
Yeah, so like always, I just want to say thank you very much for the awareness. Thank you for the wisdom you've given us. Thank you for the eye-opening you've given to us. And as I said, I wish you all the good things you deserve in life, bro. And for the last call, I want to sing that song for him. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power.
That is the song. So you have made me to. Yeah. I'm gonna go look for it now. EFCC chairman. Still there for jail.
Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power. So that's the song.
So real, man. It is so real. But look at it.
Very real.
Who is now probing the criminals now that we have state capture? Nobody.
And one other thing I want to ask is that there is a lady in this platform that I've not been seeing, has not been calling. I've been wondering where has she been to, which is a lady.
Ask about Aduke?
No.
Right.
I
Somebody
want
was
to ask
asking about
about.
Aduke. I was like, where is Aduke? Where is Aduke? But yeah, which lady are you talking about, sir?
I think it's shame. Shame, no? Yeah.
Is that Charm?
Yeah.
Lady Charm.
Charm, yeah.
Oh, if
Charm,
she
Lady
was
Charm.
here the last time, she's watching, except if she's not in tonight, or she actually called in about 3 days ago, something. I'm gonna make her call again if she's watching. She's gonna say, "Well,
I've just been wondering that where has she been to? Because I always read her comment. I'm the type that sit down, I watch the comment and listen to you. I don't like calling. But because that man asked that song and I know the song, that's why I said, let me call. Maybe there's a lock.
Thank you so much. Okay. I'm gonna go look for the song again. I just took it out of my carousel there because it's so filled up. I've got like about 80 videos on there. And sometimes I have to kind of empty it as well to get more on. But now that it's been demanded, before we go this evening, I'm going to look for it. Okay. Right?
God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye. God bless you. Yeah. So, what do you call it? The my caller who asked for that song, you're going to get it because I'm searching for it now. There's a way I can look around for it. Okay. So, thank you so much, everyone. 1 second. Politicians weighing the probe don't enter for power. I get there. I should have it. Even my own favorite part of that song, yeah, is the part where that woman that was so serious. Yeah? That's my own favorite part. It's not even just the guy. It is that woman that was just like so serious, like the backup singer. And that one, they most me. Like she was so serious enough that I was like, oh, who composed this song? Now, when that guy sang this song, right? I don't think Thiefnubu has succeeded in rigging himself into power. Then it was still like this was like 2 years ago, when he gave us that hit song. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing. I found it already, so I'm just kind of trying to put it, on the screen for those who have never heard it. Some of you may be wondering that what is that all about? Don't worry, I'll put it on the screen in another 2 minutes, maybe max. Okay, so listen, we are almost coming to the end of the broadcast, by the way, and listen, to those who have indeed reached out, on that buy me a coffee, I want to say a big thank you to you. Prayer docents, as you have always been, always, ma'am. Thank you. It's mostly like you really don't like being called out to say thank you anyway, but I just have to say it. You have been one of those who have been very supportive of MaiyegunsDiary and MaiyegunsDiary Politico, and I do not, by all means, right, take that for granted. Okay, so if you are still trying to get through, I promise you the line is still very much open. Okay, but let's see if this is going to be my last caller, or maybe I can still take another one. But before I before I connect this call, okay, because I may not have the chance before we call it a night. Okay, so here is that request, sir. If you are still watching, hang on. I want to put this up properly. Give me a sec. So here is the song. If you are still watching.
EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician weighing the probe don't enter for power. If you dey do government work, you go carry am for head, you. Maka one day, I got Bokwagi na my own. In another government, you hear why you one day more, one day, I got Boggy na my ewo. Yes, is the German, no get for jail. Politician, why in the program and power? Yes.
Now that woman be my favorite. She was so serious, like, man, they are shooting one hit song like that, and it's actually a hit song. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun, Inaoni, Nagadia.
Lafia lao, lafia kalau, enaoni.
Lafia lao, kana lafia.
Well, lafia kalau, yaya mata, yaya aiki.
Lafia kalau, kowa lafia, komai lahiya lau, ngode Allah. Yawa, sannu.
Yawa.
Yeah, Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I didn't see you.
Me too, Baba. You see,
yes,
if you don't too mix up too much for me, we can flow.
That's why you good flow like, see, baby, be original.
You got to have. Well, thanks, Baba.
No, that's small. That's small. But what's the happen now?
Same old, man. Same old. It's just pretty much like there is no way out for this contraption all the time. Well, yeah, we are not surprised.
Baba, the thing though, you don't be as if you get what you talk earlier when you said the pastors, the imam, they tell them, say, me that they pray. Like you have nothing to do, you just have to go to church, just go and pray over it.
Waiting for the Messiah, waiting for your miracle.
Baba, no be when person belly food, they get strength to pray.
So
now when you belly food, now you go get strength to pray. And if you be Muslim, now when you get money or you don't belly food, now then you go concentrate. This prayer serve as a Muslim, if you pray, they want all your body and soul to be put together in one place. Face that prayer and pray. If not, make you no go miss one raka. They think say you don't pray that raka. We me say instead of you to pray 4 raka, now 3 you can't pray, you don't miss one. Because say they think say
when
you won't
carry out a prayer for religious self requires what do you call it, strength and food too.
Exactly, and it requires rest of mind. I've been a peace of mind. I've waiting that they call I've been a concentration because no way if you want pray. I've seen this a lot. Even the imam where they lead prayer, he go miss one raka. Now to come do waiting that they even call and say you go do when you miss prayer yourself, that kind of thing. As in that kind of thing. If you do Kobili and Badi that nine that they call them, if you miss or prayer, inside prayer or after prayer, that kind of thing. So I mean the thing they get out of hand every now and then, they get out of hand. And there is one thing that's happening right now on TikTok, which it is between the northern Christians and northern Muslims. Originally there is these northern Christians, which they are houses, not be saying Kataf or any other na houses them. Be originally they don't pure houses, and you have them mostly in Katsina. That is around where Masari.
Look at life for Ahmed. When I found out that Katsina is actually considered as the spiritual foundation of Hausas, I was shocked. Because to me, it's almost like being ruled or run by the Fulanis to some extent. But they say it's actually the traditional. That is the traditional spiritual the spiritual home of the Hausas. I was like, oh really? Wow.
If you go like where Masari comes from, that they call them those from Karadua zone and stuff like that.
Right.
The people around there, they call them, the houses call them, those the Muslim houses, they call them Maguzawa or Bamaguji. You understand? The Maguzawas. They are real houses. They don't have any other language. They don't speak any other language other than what they call it, other than Hausa. But they are Christians. So now fights don't they happen for TikTok. We see they don't they attack themselves. You know, when these things they happen, then when they grow up, we be say the way that they'll tell you say if you see Christians, you call them Arna, Kafreis, all those kind of things. So to an extent that those people they've been absorbing it, but now they are beginning to stand up and say anybody that come for us will come for you.
For you too.
We don't care. That superiority that you want to show us that yes, that you want
Nigeria anymore.
Yes, that you want to shut us up. If we not catch one, we wanna kill. Say they do blasphemy in that time when I kill the one Deborah. If we not kill one, we go kill 10. I'm telling you now, not be small wahala they happen for TikTok now. We see groups for everywhere. You go enter, you go see those northern Christians, those Hausa Christians. I dey tell you, no be small wahala gbege. You get the day where I enter the go, I can't tell that say, una no get sense. Say na the distraction where they won't bring come for una be this again because they don't see una I don't not una don't they try coordinating ourselves. Now they won't bring those things where we say una they try don't won't put behind una before. They won't bring that and come back because they know that is the only way they can get to you guys, and you guys are already playing to their tunes. Continue. Make una continue. Shey na hunger wey dey town now una wan deal with. I've been at all this nonsense religion. My Bible is bigger than yours or my Quran. All those kind of rubbish. Like you people need to think well. These people that are putting you in this kind of situation, always telling you this, telling you that, they don't even live in that country. They just make money there and come over here. And here that they come over to, nobody cares about what. Nobody cares. Everybody's living there. You are hailing them. They are spoiling your life. All you care about is religion. Make una continue. By the time they carry una where una, they carry una reach where una no know. Una eye go clear. Una eye go clear. She now hunger day. Una no know wetin to do now to just put religion. Something that they have done years to years. They are still bringing it back to you guys. Make una continue. Now God will save all of una. Me, I don't get anything more than that. I just make I chip in that one.
Also, in case if we come across the robot in your abi.
Me, I did. Now there with the day. Yeah. Now there with the day. Me, I did follow them battle now. How more will they go come?
Understand them a lot. You know, you are so lucky, right? You can speak English. They're broken. Hausa, Yoruba. I don't know about Igbo yet for you, but Baba, you are so lucky enough that so many things can pass you by, except the things you are not interested in.
Baba, you know, if it pass because we jam ourselves seriously. If you carry, you guys always say you go see person come your page, come look you talk, say you get one Air Force guy will come my page,
right?
Come talk say he no fit serve for US military, he will rather serve in the Nigerian military and serve his land.
Right.
Because US is Kasar Kafre. See, then I said in Hausa, I said Kafri Kisan and Kafri. That means now only Kafri if you recognize Kafri. That means Olori Buruku, your kind self, yourself na Kafri. Because now Hausa now, you understand, they won't call America, they call America Kasar Kafre. That is a kafir, a line of kafir. Now you see me as a Muslim. You call America Kasar Kafre, country will be saying now also my country because as a nationalized citizen of that country. What makes up a country? No be people where they live for the country make up a country. Make una help me explain. Wetin they make up country?
It is no the people that make a country, of course.
So me now here I dey. Now we they exist for here. You can't come and call America Kasar Kafre. That means we were there inside self. Now Kafre will be. Now I can't call you Kafri. Some people come they talk say I buy a chema Kafri bani. That means You know, be saying call you carefully in America and they refer to. I say una the mad. She they tell una say Hausa. Una the craze so she will need
We
go
never
in. They
see
tell una say
anybody being killed in America because of their religion. Ever.
I say una the mad me una who una think say una the follow talk. Now Hausa you want na me you want teach Hausa.
You get that?
You the mad.
Like
Na
somebody
me you want
using a
teach
strong
Hausa.
Hausa to try to want to hide some of their
I
stupidity.
say I go. Don't worry, I go school you for Hausa. I go school you the way that they speak. You the mad. You and who you want follow do that one.
I know.
Baba, now so I watch the guy. I say no worry, you want popular, but I go make you popular.
Yeah, we can.
I go make you popular. I can't put in picture out there. Go. Mo shege fun. Mo shege fun. Say na me. No wahala now, Baba.
Thank you very much, Baba.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
now.
you shall
Oh yeah,
take it
now.
easy as usual, right? And
So
same
see you
here
now.
too.
All right
How
now.
about dinner, by the way? How do you think? You don't
Baba, legs still dey. I still dey use crutches. So most you are loading crutches. So. But mo ń ṣe physical test.
be that kind of
No,
soldier
no, no.
now. Eh?
No, nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé mò ń follow, I dey follow Dr. Kini because of I no wan put pressure for the leg.
And that too,
Na
is own
reconstruction
advantage too, right? Why the rush?
they do reconstruction for the knee new. Reconstruction na in dem do.
Right.
I dey tell you. So the thing they take na wetin footballers wey dey enter this thing be that na wey be say e go tey before they come back.
Oh dear.
So na relegation I dey so.
Okay.
No wahala na
You have
Baba.
a good one, okay? Send me word to the family.
Yeah, na Baba. Yeah,
Nice one,
na.
Baba. So that's Ahmed. Ladies and gentlemen, our time is now up. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to everyone, right? So to my commenters, the sharers, the likers, the callers, the super chatters, and then the coffee buyers. Thanks to every one of you. We've had a wonderful evening. And tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow, I am going to bring to us the lady that I told you she's having this book launch, which is on the human trafficking experience. And like I told you before, I am going to need your support for her. And it is not like directly for her. It is to kind of help raise awareness among some of the vulnerable young women in that in that country. Now, listen, the writer of that book, this lady, is from Shagamu area of Ogun State. Now, the intention is not to raise funds for her and limit the awareness in Ogun State or in Yoruba land. With your support, we can actually direct how and where we would love this book to be donated to across Nigeria. Depends. If you want this to be sent to schools in northern Nigeria, schools in the eastern part of Nigeria, and all these places, it just depends on how many books can we buy. Do you understand? So she's going to come here and get featured. If not tomorrow, I promise you it's going to be on Friday. And I want us to please be prepared to give her a very good reception, enough that we can keep motivating her so that she can continue to also motivate other younger girls, especially girls in that place. Nigeria is in a very bad place as we speak. And there are those who are currently out here making a kill in their human trafficking business in Nigeria. It's only when you get to see the surviving victims or victims to be rescued that you can say, oh, is it this bad? Many people are not being rescued or seen. As you are talking this hour, right? More than 100 girls are being smuggled out of Nigeria. They are being smuggled and trafficked to all over, part of Africa and all over the world. So we might be saving a lot of them if they are aware the trick, the style used by these traffickers. You see, there's so much going on in that place. We just need to do our own little. You just don't know. Saving one life sometimes can feel like you're saving $1 million. That your penny can actually save many of them. So I implore you, okay, to please. And also, my platform is already taking a promotional advert, okay? And I am doing my best to make sure that I do a background check of some of these ideas of products, businesses that I'm going to bring onto this platform. Indeed. And, you know, I'm going to be introducing also to maybe one or two of them in this week as well. So please, you can ignore if you do not feel like it is something for you. But you can take a look and check it out as well to see the veracity or the possibility of you taking a shot at it as well. Okay. So for MaiyegunsDiary Politico, it's going to be more than just, you know, the donations, this and that. You can get your own business.